It is day 66 of my no hoarding, heavily modded playthrough of Fallout 4.
We heading out?
Yes, we are.
That's right. Let's get going.
After you, then.
So that leaves only two more people after Longfellow. There's X688 and Strong himself, although I think I'm close enough to the end of the game that it's unlikely we're actually going to even get
Lost track of how
Longfellow
many
done.
blisters
If
I
we do
got.
get Longfellow done, it's because I'll have picked up a whole bunch of alcohol, and he likes it when you get drunk. I'm not entirely sure why I decided to go for a, a stroll there, but might as well get involved with whatever this fight is. Okay, so the synths are showing... screw them both. I don't really care either way. Well, let's head straight into the Institute. That's going to be our first stop of the day.
Dr. Orman's lecture on cold fusion was nothing short of a revelation.
Each time I get here, I'm getting an "I can't do that" message. I wonder what that's actually referring to. Father.
I'm glad to see you return safely.
Well, you knew I was going to.
The task was difficult,
Not really.
but I needed you to see firsthand how dangerous a rogue synth can be.
Well, anyone could be that dangerous.
I don't care about who's to blame. I just wanted to stop a killer.
Yes, of course. Your pragmatism is admirable. It does matter, though. If everyone sees the Institute as a villain,
They do.
dangerous forces could align against us.
They will.
If we can put the lie to such assumptions, we diminish that threat. In any case, the mission is over. While it's unfortunate that the synth was destroyed, the important thing is you could see some of the good work we do. While you were away, I had quarters prepared for you. You'll find all the basic necessities, as well as a generous stock of arms and equipment. Go and have a look. I think you'll be quite pleased.
During that conversation, I spied some bourbon.
Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
That's kind of rough. You again. What do you want?
Your new quarters are here, ma'am. When you're finished here, ma'am, Father wants to see you.
He just saw me. Well, there's some ammo here for me to sell. Utterly terrible rifle. And it looks like we're already at the battle for Bunker Hill, which is a pretty pivotal mission.
Dr. Lee.
You again. What do you want now? You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out.
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
Why would we want you dead?
I did some pretty sensitive work for the Brotherhood of Steel. Even though Lyons let me go, there were a few others in the ranks that thought I knew too much. That's why I came to the Institute. It was the
This
only
is a
place
big
that I thought I'd
improvement.
be out of the Brotherhood's reach and still be able to do my research. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
Did you abandon any projects you wanted to complete?
You should know better than to ask me that. If they didn't tell you what I was working on, they didn't want you to know.
Good answer.
I'm certainly not going to put my neck on the line and spread their dirty little secrets. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Honestly, I got nothing. This answer here, Father trusts me and so should you, is completely hypocritical in that I'm literally trying to convince her to leave the Institute. Let's try it, though.
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family. I'm not. I can't just take your word for it. I need more than that.
The Brotherhood has always been straight with you.
I am getting a bit tired of all the secrets around here. Sometimes I feel like Father isn't being straight with me. Like there are things I'm not supposed to know about. I don't like that. But still, how can I turn my back on all of this?
I can show you what they're doing downstairs.
Your work could be instrumental in freeing the Commonwealth.
You really know how to push my buttons, don't you? You know, I never understood why the Institute was so damn selfish.
Yeah, the Brotherhood
All
is
those innocent
much
people
better.
up there, dying. And here I am, surrounded by technology that could make their lives better. Yet we hide down here and insulate ourselves from everything and everyone. It's not right. It's not right. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
Now, I don't have a strong recollection of how all these late
Too
game
bad
missions
about that rogue
actually
scent of Bretalia.
piece together.
We really needed that unit.
I think there might be a reason to not go to Father immediately and hold off on starting the battle for Bunker Hill, but I don't remember specifically. I'm going to go ahead and fire it up.
Hello, Mother. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
Well, let's see what answers we have here.
That's a loaded question. What's been stolen from you?
Institute property is not often taken from us. We cannot react lightly when it happens. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. They no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
They mean well. They're only doing what they think is right.
You dealt with Libertalia. That's the result of their selfish, short-sighted plan.
No, it's the result
Usually
of
they are
your
a minor
plan.
nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad can hide them.
I'm not sure why you'd bother.
Aside from taking back our property, we must teach them a lesson, as it were, and quickly at that. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication we've tracked them. We
Yeah,
also
how would
don't
they
want
find
the
out about
Brotherhood of
that?
Steel getting wind of the presence of the synths. That would only complicate matters.
Seriously, this is a waste of my time.
Like many things at the Institute, this has ramifications beyond the immediate objective. Keep that in mind. A Corsair will be waiting for you near Bunker Hill. You'll need him.
Do I inform one of them? Do I inform both? Yes. Glug, glug, glug.
Take a swig for me while you're at it.
So I can either go to the Railroad first, or I can go to the Brotherhood first. And I think if I go to the Railroad first, I can drop off that holotape, but I'm guessing they're going to want me to head straight off to Bunker Hill. If I go to the Brotherhood first, then I can visit both of them before heading to Bunker Hill, but they're going to take that that holotape, the network scanner, that I forgot to pass off to the Railroad the last time I was there. I think I'm just going to head to the Railroad, if for no better reason than, they are closer. Judging how Longfellow talks about Arcadia, I mean, he's not really fans of them. He thinks they're problematic, but he's also not the malicious type. I don't think there'd be any problem bringing someone like him to see the Railroad. You wouldn't do it realistically because the less people that know, the better. At the same time, though, I could think of much worse people to tell. Alright, so who was it that I'm supposed to turn in that
Des
tape
has
to?
something urgent for you.
Yeah, I know, she always
We'll secure
does.
the area. I
Let's
suppose you're here for my
try...
medical services. Let's see what's wrong with you today.
Let's assume something's wrong with me. Nope. We'll check with Pam. Basically, I'm going to talk with everyone but Desdemona.
A new DIA cache has been identified. Assistance requested in recovery.
Maybe later.
Timetable for this.
Yeah, Stop giving me stuff. That's just another thing I'm going to be carrying around
Word
forever
is
and never
Diamond
using.
City is under opposition
Okay,
control.
Tom.
Excuse me.
You need anything?
I guess I was remembering incorrectly and that you don't actually have to turn in that network scanner to
Excellent
them.
work. On our side, we've gone through your report. It was extraordinary. So many pieces of the puzzle clicked into place. Our final analysis
Any
indicates
news on
the
Scarecrow?
Institute is far
was
more
in the
formidable
entryway
than we
when
ever
SRB
feared
blew
or
the door.
imagined. If we
So,
stage a mass
caretaker
breakout,
made it out, and
Patriot's
he was by the
13
goddamn
cents
elevator.
will undoubtedly
Scarecrow's
be
gotta
the
be
last
alive.
we ever
Scarecrow's not on
Instead,
campus.
Okay.
we use this one
I can't
chance
hear
to
Desdemona with the
rescue
other guys
all the
talking.
Sins.
What?
Every last
Even if he
one
showed
of
up
them.
now?
That's a bold plan.
We can't waste this opportunity. The Institute will never let their slaves go without a fight. So the heart of our problem is manpower.
You
Even
got
if
me,
we
you
call
got
in
Glory.
all our agents, and we will, we won't be able to hold our own against the Institute for long. Talk with C-114. If the synths down there want freedom, they must fight and risk their lives to earn it.
Z1 seems capable of that.
We always thought Patriot was the savior of the synths. But it may be more accurate to say that Z1 is. As much as we owe Patriot, we can't be certain how committed he is. If he learns we're willing to kill to free synths, he may not have the stomach for it. So get what you need from him and then cut him loose. Good luck. We're all with you.
Any news on your side?
Things we've set in motion continue to move. There are complications, always are, but nothing worth bringing to your attention. How about you? Any news?
Yeah, some.
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's safe we could put them. Maintaining your cover is vital, but the sacrifice is just too great.
And send someone else.
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can't let them down.
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance to turn the tables. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you. Understand?
With me working the inside angle, this is doable.
We can't
Suspicious,
attack
but
too
doable.
early. We need to draw them into the kill zone, and then spring the trap. You'll know when. You'll probably have a Courser escort. You'll have to take him down. You've done it before, but it'll still be dangerous.
Like you said, I've done it before.
It's a risk, but it's one we have to take.
You mean one that
So get
I
it
have
done.
to take. So after a little bit of thought, I think it's pretty clear the best way to do this is to not involve the Brotherhood. We're going for a whole no witnesses run, and while I highly doubt the Brotherhood is going to tip off the Institute,
I'd gladly
still,
lay
the
down
less
my
people, the
life
better.
if it keeps humanity from repeating the apocalypse.
Hi there. Okay. Recall codes. Yeah, we don't need the Courser uniform. I'm starting to get the impression the Brotherhood may have gotten wind of this anyway.
Yeah?
Engaging hostile life.
Okay, let's start with a headshot on this guy. Oh, good. Putting him down in one shot.
Walls here, Captain.
Gotta wonder what Longfellow thinks of this. This is their, or his day one. Yeah, Brotherhood are definitely here, and I don't want them to be any part of this, so we're gonna engage them as well. Figure as long as they all go down, we should be okay. Look up behind you, dude. Oh, legendary. Ooh. Oh, okay. I thought that he'd taken the hit to the head, but nope. He'd been shot by something else. There's that level up. I'm hoping to get more than one. I'm not going to need a crit to finish that one off.
Destroy every left.
We have a radiated meat hook. Radiated meat hook. Anyway, so the railroad heavies are the ones carrying the rail guns. If we see a railgun, we can assume that they're going to be friendly. Oh, no, 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 let me out of this. Sorry, Longfellow. Okay, you're gonna be problematic. Or not, apparently. Hey, Longfellow, if you want a new toy, go and take a look over there. There you are. Sorry, Longfellow. You should have moved.
Hey,
Sure, here's what I got.
Alright, let's have some fun with this. Although, we can take a quick break to eat some grub.
Bunker Hill is ours.
Oh,
Sensor critically damaged.
Found you.
oh, got another legendary. Come on, fortifying arm, combat armor. Close. And I'll take it. You never know, I might find a use for it, but
Bunker Hill is ours.
you are not using a minigun in Bunker Hill. These guys are... I was about to say my friends, but we're kind of just allies at this point. Whoa! Yeah, you guys keep your heads down.
It's ours now, eh, Captain?
Oh, behind you. I didn't get him in time. How did you get up there? Tempted to go back out there to get some more XP. There's so much XP to be just... yeah, I'm gonna have a peek out there to see if I can bring in a little bit more XP before I push the mission forward. Oh, Sheffield's here. Sheffield. No, no, don't shoot at them, Sheffield. They're good guys. Nope, nope. Good guy. You know, I'm gonna get myself back downstairs before Sheffield either gets himself killed or wipes out all of the railroads. He might be marked as unkillable, which means he will slowly actually manage to kill everyone here. Now, presumably we've been through the worst of it, right? There can't possibly be another gigantic firefight waiting for me down here. There we go. Had to wait for it to spawn in, apparently. you haven't picked it up yet, there aren't consequences for anything you shoot down here or up there. While you're in the actual Bunker Hill combat zone, I could be shooting the railroad guys as well. It wouldn't actually have any consequences. Well, I think we just had a thumbnail. Not entirely sure why I'm going to be shot at by the turrets, but I am. I know that because this isn't my first time through this. The game has crashed twice so far on me. Yeah, it looks like I found a sweet spot where that turret can't actually hit me.
Thought this would be easy, did you?
And I can't hit it either, apparently.
Where are you, Doc?
Yeah, keep him busy, Longfellow. Apparently I can't actually hit that turret. No. That's...
I realized what a mistake you made.
Yeah, apparently I can't hit it at all. Or that one. Oh, Longfellow. Where is Longfellow? There you are.
Sharp eyes. Steady hands.
He's probably going to wind up getting injured again, so I'm just going to push this forward. Oh, you guys! Yeah, there he goes again, getting injured. I think my only options are to run past these turrets. So these are the escaped synths who we are to deal with.
I can't believe you
which,
do that for us. Thank you. You've given us another chance at life.
To which
We won't
we're
forget it.
just going to leave them
As
here.
soon as you're gone.
Thank you for sparing
Well,
us.
with them discovered and saved, I guess all that's left to do is to run back through. Now, hopefully I can get back out without being shot. Nope. Okay, so I will go ahead, pop a stim pack, just so I have some healing ready. Run past these things. I gotta find Longfellow in here. Unfortunately, I have a whole bunch of map markers. He's gonna be one of them. He'll be the one that's separate. Okay, so run to the one at 14. Where are you, Longfellow? Are you still up there? You're still up there. Really should have brought a stim pack, or not a stim pack, a stealth boy. Come on, Longfellow. Let's get out of here before they kill you again. It looks like all's quiet up here. Perhaps I got everyone before I went down. Usually there's still a firefight going on up here. What is it? Oh, the reason it's giving me a map marker to go down is because I still am allowed to shoot the synths downstairs as a solution to this mission. But I am not going to be doing that. Instead, I am going to head to the Brotherhood, not so much to deal with this, although apparently there's some dealing with to be done here, but because I am not actually getting a map marker to return to Desdemona. You'd think that she'd want to talk after a big ol' incident like that, but I suppose not. But I do have a whole bunch of stuff to turn in for the Brotherhood. I have to tell them about Dr. Lee, I have to turn in that tape to Proctor Ingram, and I think there's one other thing I have to do while there. I'm just going to talk to everyone and, see what they have to say to me. First off, looks like Ingram's waiting for us down
Doctor,
here.
I came across a holotape with a full scan of the Institute's network.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
You mean being zapped into energy and then put back together again? Piece of cake.
You can make jokes all you want, but I wouldn't put so much faith in technology I didn't understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
For all we know, that's a recipe for Deathclaw surprise.
Well, it's the best we could do with such short notice. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, your mission to recruit Dr. Lee still needs to be completed. I believe Elder Maxon gave you all of the details? Good luck, Knight.
Go ahead and take that level up. And I'm gonna keep pushing melee up.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
Will she be harmed if she doesn't cooperate?
Absolutely not. We have big plans for Dr. Lee, including the resurrection of one of her greatest creations.
That's not really where I thought you were going to go with that, but okay.
Is kill the Golden Goose. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Prydwen. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, on to other matters. Thanks to the success of your reconnaissance efforts, it's time to advance our operations to the next phase. I want you to report to Proctor Ingram at the airport. She has a special project that requires your immediate attention. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismiss.
Nothing else you want to talk about?
I have something urgent to report, Elder. The Institute is attempting to recover escaped synths
Well,
at
a little
Bunker
late.
Hill.
How did you obtain this information? Our reconnaissance hasn't reported anything of the sort.
I thought I was your Institute reconnaissance.
You're the only one that's been able to breach the Institute. But you're hardly the only source for information.
The only reliable
We've been
source.
running round-the-clock vertibird patrols, and we even have squads on the ground trying to pick up anything we can. Not to mention all the scribes we have monitoring radio traffic and trying to crack their RF encryption. I assure you, we have reconnaissance well in hand.
I received the information from the Institute itself.
And you've done the right thing by reporting this to me directly. Well done, soldier. Your report provides us with a golden opportunity to state our intentions to the Institute. I'm placing you in command of this mission. Exterminate the synths at Bunker Hill, and whomever the Institute sends to retrieve them. I'll instruct Kells to assign you the appropriate backup. Dismiss, soldier.
So, hopefully I haven't broken the, the timeline at all here. And as always, it is far quicker to take the gravity route than to take a vertibird.
Hey, can't believe that Dr. Lee's returned to the Brotherhood.
I can do that.
Thought she was a traitor.
Ingram.
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project.
Not particularly,
How much
but
has Maxon
I'm here.
told you about it?
Seems to feel it's pretty important.
Important is an understatement. We're pouring every resource we have into this thing. I hope it's worth it. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Prydwen might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded.
Ingram?
In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
Huh. I wish I had your confidence. Because this is not going to be easy. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
I assume you can fix that?
I wish it was that simple. If this happened to one of the robots on the Prydwen, I'd just swap out its fusion pile. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get
Not
her
a big
down here
fan
to
of the
lend a hand with this power
WMD
system,
business.
we can get the big guy moving.
Haven, there's shelter and supplies at the police
Excuse
station.
me, Dr. Lee?
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
What changed your mind?
Nothing changed my mind. I promised you I'd return to the Brotherhood, and I've kept my end of the bargain.
This is actually true. I don't have an argument against that. But let's try this one.
Do I need to remind you why you made that promise in the first place?
No, that won't be necessary. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online.
Well, that's it?
But we'll get it done.
That's it. That's what you had me come all the way up here through 3 loading zones. Fine. Now we get to go all the way back down. So it's not clear why you thought that I would be better at the task of convincing Lee to work for you, but is she already down here? Yeah. I don't know why I need to tell you this, but hey, look over there. There's Madison Lee.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Not sure why I would apologize for her, but...
Did we make a mistake asking her to help?
Nah, don't worry about it. We might not be best buddies, but we'll get the job done. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
You're acting like I know what those are.
Oh, I know you haven't the faintest idea what I'm talking about. I just like watching you squirm. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport.
So why haven't you built it
The only thing we need
yet?
to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
So while I'm pretty sure that somewhere between all my settlements I'm going to have all the materials I need to make those, it's still telling me that I have to go to this particular hospital, which is fine. First, though, I figure I should go check on Sparky and see whether or not we have any progress up in Forville, see if there's any more plot to be had up there.
Here you go.
Affirmative. Dispensing reward.
Alright, tell me you have some, large quest akin to robbing Diamond City or something.
Greetings. Android designation. Sparky. Reporting for duty.
Anything I can do to help?
Affirmative. This unit is on. This laboratory requires specialized components.
Wait. That's all the way in Far Harbor, isn't it? Okay, so officially the end of Forville is that these guys are researching synths and everyone is happy, and that's gonna be the end of it. What I'll probably do is, between episodes, I'll head out to Far Harbor and pick up whatever the component it is at the Vim Pop Factory. I'll have the recording going, just in case anything particularly interesting comes. That would be a whole day traveling there and back. It'd be nearly impossible for me to make an interesting episode of that. So, that's what I'll do.
gonna be a good fight!
Something else here.
So I was slamming away at quantums there, because you saw I almost died. Did I burn through all of them? No, I used 2 of them. How am I doing? I am hungry. I am no longer hungry. Now I seem to be having some sort of an error with my my HUD. I can't see what any of these enemies are, so I am double checking to make sure that none of them were legendaries. And none of them were. I'm going to go ahead and restart the game though, see if I can get that fixed. So I've misremembered the map a little bit. Remembered Jamaica Plain as being up in the north. It is most definitely not. So what I was planning on doing was running to the hospital that the Brotherhood had flagged for me. Turns out that that involved running most of the way across town, although... You know what? We're right here. I know I've picked up a few more passwords. Let's see what's new in the slot machines down here. An extra flame jets shish kebab mod. Yeah, I'll take it. A stack of overdue books. I would take those with me if I didn't have the no hoarding rule set. Okay, a whole ton of addict doll. If nothing else, that stuff sells real nice. Well, cameras have good parts in them. Okay. I'm guessing once I've opened all of them, the last one will have the key for whatever in the strong room there.
Don't have
Although,
the
let's be fair, I'm not going to be opening all of them in this playthrough.
Tiger counter's singing loud.
So I love how the True Knights mod for Fallout 4 and even more so for Skyrim take into account various different weathers. You see, it's not exactly bright out, but there's enough light here from the stars and the moon that I can actually see what I'm doing. But if it's cloudy, it's pitch black. You can't see a thing. This is even more so in Skyrim. You still get cloudy nights where you can't see anything, but in Skyrim there's like 3 different moons, and they are absolutely massive in the sky, and there's an aurora borealis every 3 days, and you can have nights where... Oh, relay tower. You can have nights where, sure, it's darker, but there's so many light sources that it's practically daytime. Yeah, let's not use our 308 for this. This is also unlikely to be a quest that I wind up completing, but, you know, standing here, might as well fire it up. And for the sake of the video, though, I'll leave the Pip-Boy light on. It's just nice to get a reminder every now and then how different the game becomes, the True Knights mod. I do have to be a little bit cognizant of the possibility of Deathclaw spawning here, because that is not unheard of, but it has not happened today. We recall we were here to save Kent Connolly a while back. We'll see whether or not anything has respawned. It doesn't look like anything has, though. Looks like I'm going to be in and out.
Basement.
So I've rather recklessly charged into this room here, expecting it to be empty. It turns out that the Raiders and Kent are still here for some reason. So, hi guys. There's our high-powered magnet. You guys have, swell time. It shouldn't take too long to get Longfellow's affinity maxed out. No, with all the booze I've been managing to pick up. It is getting awfully late, so I'm going to make the trek directly to Hangman's Alley, which, if memory serves, should be just up this road and actually not all that far. I think I'm already seeing South Boston. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, I don't have the actual order of all these final missions memorized. Like, I wasn't even intending on doing the battle for Bunker Hill this episode, and it turned out that was the first thing I wound up doing. It looks like there's a lot of things to be taken care of at the Institute, including explaining what the hell happened at Bunker Hill. We'll see if we can lie our way through that. I'm sure we can. Our son is a little bit too trusting, but that will have to wait for the next episode, and I will see you then.
What is it? Stop! What is it? Can we talk for a minute?
Absolutely. So it is kind of odd that Longfellow's already at max affinity, although I did leave him at Hangman's Alley for ages and ages, so perhaps he's just been building up affinity. I know I'd been slamming booze to get Kate's affinity up, I'd been upgrading weapons and armor and the like, so I guess he's just been accruing affinity this whole time.
All right, let's talk.
I appreciate it, Captain. At my age, any chance to make a new friend is, well, it ain't something I'd expect to happen much, but I'm glad it did. There's more to it than that, though. Long time ago, when I was a young man, I had a sweetheart. Hannah was her name. And we planned to get married, raise a family and all that. Well, we had a place out in the fog we used to meet so we could be alone. Damn children of Adam jumped us. They took her and left me for dead. Took 2 months to recover from my injuries. By then, it was too late. They'd warped her mind and turned her into their ways. It was only later I learned she was carrying our child. Of course, the baby didn't stand a chance with all that radiation. Adam's will, she called it. Anyway, she died a few years later. Trappers got her. Or so them lunatics said. I guess that was Adam's will, too.
This is very personal information, Longfellow. Why tell me now?
Because I need you to know where I'm coming from. Truth is, what happened to Hannah was her choice, and so be it. But I never got to be a father. And that's what I regret.
That's a very
If I had a
pragmatic
son or
way of
daughter,
looking at it.
Well, I'd have someone to pass on all my learning to. But you're the first person I've met that's worth teaching what I've got to teach. I ain't good with telling people that I'm grateful. But you've given this old hunter a sense of purpose. And a reason for living. That's something I ain't had for a long time.
And you're not going to have it again. Apparently, his entire affinity quest will have happened over the course of 1 episode.
You really mean that?
Every word of it, Captain. Well, that was all I had to say. I appreciate you hearing me out.
So, Longfellow's affinity perk improves damage against Mirelurks or something like that. I think it's damage and defense against Mirelurks and other bug-type critters.
Who's there? Human, let's play! Retreat! Someone there? I'll be drinking a toast to your corpse.
The Red Death.
Guns, ammo, and souvenirs.
Mariner.
Get 'em all there in
Dying's a right
stock.
bitch. Look at all we've done to the harbor. I finally feel safe.
Now, Sparky, after all that, there damn well better be a payoff waiting for me here.
Here you go.
Affirmative. Dispensing reward.
Fresh food here.
Greetings. Android designation.
Anything I can do to help?
Affirmative. This unit is authorized to dispense paid labor to organic actors on behalf of Vault 4. This unit requires replacement components. Recover 1 and be compensated.
So given that that isn't the first time that Sparky has sent us out to get Tricobalt, I think it's safe to say that that all was, well, we're not going to go so far as to say that it was for naught. I did get a level out of it, I did max out Longfellow's affinity, but it's a little disappointing. I was kind of hoping to get a little bit more plot out of Fortville, but unless something jumps out of the clouds at me, I think we can say Fortville is done and past. Next time we'll probably take out Strong. We'll have to go visit the Institute a couple more times. We'll have to check in with the Brotherhood and the Railroad, but that'll have to wait for the next episode. And I will see you then.